Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Cass. If you're new, I post videos all about DIY, budget-friendly, and beginner-friendly content creation. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell to be notified whenever I post. But today's video, you guys, is all about at-home studio ideas. Cue the intro. So I hope this video is going to be a series. So if you guys do enjoy this video, definitely thumbs up and I will make this into a series. But for this at-home photo shoot idea, we are going to clone ourselves. So I decided I want to clone myself in 3 different locations around the house. I obviously shoot in my studio in a lot of videos, so I told myself I need to get out of the studio for a little bit. So I'm going to shoot myself in the backyard, at the pool, in the kitchen, as well as in my bathroom. That's what we're going to do today. So let's get it. Hello, good morning. It's a wonderful day to shoot. So I have my wardrobe laid out right here with just my stuff. We got some body oil, batteries, my phone, everything just kind of laid out because I want to clone myself a lot. So we have 6 different looks. I'm already wearing look number 1. So we have to go outside, set up. I'll just bring anything outside that I need, like my phone, my sunglasses, whatever I need for this look, and let's get it. Alright, you guys, so the first most important thing for this at-home photo cloning shoot is to find your location. So you guys don't have to do 3 locations. You can figure out 1 location, but it should be a location with a lot of different things for people to interact with. I think cloning shots look really, really cool when the clones are all kind of doing different things, when it almost feels like they are all different people, or I just have quintuplets. Find a location that's kind of cool, that has just a lot of stuff going on. That's why I chose the kitchen, because you could have people cooking, you could have people chilling. I chose the bathroom. You could have someone getting ready, someone like, hey, can you hurry up? And then the pool, I thought it'd be fun because it was like a mini pool party. You have people on the floaties, the people who aren't going to get in the pool at the pool party, but they're still going to dress cute in their little swimsuit. We had all the different personalities there. So that's what I suggest for the location. If you guys want, you can design the set. In the pool, I just did set design by adding floaties into the pool. For the kitchen, I did put some pots and pans on there. I had some cookies that my dad had already baked, so the cookies were out there. I moved the fruit bowl over there, so you guys can do some simple set design with the items in the location that you guys already are in. All right, y'all, so we are in the beautiful backyard. So I'm gonna put some floaties and different things in the pool for the clones to interact with, and then we'll set up all the camera equipment. I'll get my props, my wardrobe completely ready and ready to go, and then we can start shooting. I'm gonna set up the equipment for a clone shot. You're gonna need a tripod because you need the shot to be steady, so that it's easier when you're in editing trying to add all your clones in. So I'm gonna try to get as wide of a shot of the pool as I can. You have the location and the set design of the location. The next thing you want to worry about is wardrobe and props. So I definitely highly suggest when you're doing clones, have them in different outfits, you guys. I think that's like the best outcome, the coolest like shot in the end is when they're all different outfits, different hairstyles, like seem like literally different people. So the key to the shoot is that the tripod down here that the camera's on cannot move. We have to shoot at the exact same angle every single time. So I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna go switch to outfit number 2. That outfit was kind of the person off to the side. I'm shooting with my Canon remote shooter so that I can see just kind of the location. So that clone is off to the side, kind of taking selfies of someone. So we'll see if I can fit 6 in here. I'm gonna try. It's gonna be hard because you also have to have kind of like perimeters in a way of where each clone is. So I have to make sure I'm not in another clone zone. But next clone is probably gonna be on this bench. Maybe it was cold, y'all. I'm gonna sacrifice it, but we're gonna get in the pool onto the bench for the next clone and try that out. Next up, you guys, we're going to talk about posing and the actual camera. So really important when you're cloning yourself, it is so important, especially if you're doing video, but we're not talking about video. I do a video about cloning yourself on video. But for photography, you want to make sure your camera is on a tripod and steady, and you don't move it in between each clone. So you guys will see I shot one clone, I didn't move the camera, I shot the next clone. So it's really important, you guys, that your camera is on a tripod, your camera is steady, and that nothing is changing too drastically in the background. It's going to make it so much easier in editing if you keep the camera steady on a tripod, pointing the exact same direction, not moving the entire shoot for each clone. You can have someone helping you with this shoot if you want. I did this shoot totally by myself, which got very interesting once we got to the floaties in the pool. But you guys can have someone helping you, but still make sure the camera's on a tripod. All they would do is literally press the shutter for you. So to take the actual photos, since I was taking them myself, I did use my self timer on my camera, and I press the shutter by using my phone on the Canon Connect app. So if you guys have a Canon camera or a camera with Wi-Fi that you can connect to an app on your phone, you could definitely check out my video about how to take photos of yourself, where I show you how I connect the Canon Connect app and how I use that to actually see myself, see the images, and take pictures on my phone. Yo, yo, yo! I think this is my favorite look, you guys. This is probably the only swimsuit out of all of them that I've never worn before. I gotta figure this out. We got somebody to the left, somebody to the right. I could be center, I could be left center, I could be right center, I could be, I don't know. Let's figure it out. Another important thing, you guys, when you're shooting is you want your clones to kind of have parameters. So if you're shooting somewhere where maybe you can put something on the ground to know where each clone was, then you could do that. But the goal is for them to not cross each other too much. There is a way to fix if they cross each other, you know, to cover up one person with something, but it's so much easier if you kind of have them separated. So you guys will see in the pool area, for example, the first clone I shot all the way to the left, second clone I shot all the way to the right, and then I tried to move, like, you know, kind of right center a little bit, left center. Once we got, since there's so many clones in that scene, I did kind of end up having them overlap. So I will show you guys how to edit them if they have to overlap, but I'll also show you guys when they don't overlap how easy it is to just cut out, mask, paste, bam. All right, y'all, we are on the next look. I was struggling to make it back to the surface. I think I'm gonna shoot this on the quack quack, the duck. I don't know why I made a duck sound. Anyways, I'm gonna shoot this on the swan, and we'll try to see. I mean, I think the last floaty was generally in one area. I'm gonna look at the photos just to kind of tell like what area I should try to be in, and then maybe we'll shoot one more outfit. I'm gonna try. I don't know if we have space for 5, but we'll see. So after deep analyst, we're gonna try to be more toward the hot tub. We are on to the last look. Honestly, this look reminds me very much so of my upgrade your selfies look. I don't exactly know what I'm gonna do with this look yet. I think I'm gonna be on the whole other side of the pool. That seems like the safe space in the center, so let's try that out. We're done with the outdoor portion of the shoot. Hallelujah. I always like to knock out what I think is going to be the hardest location first. So that's why we did the pool. We got 2 more locations, the kitchen and the bathroom. So let's get it. Next, I want to talk about posing, you guys. So once you have your camera all set up, you're ready to take your pictures, you got your location good to go, your props, set design, everything, you're ready to start taking your photos. So I think it's really fun if you have the clones interact with each other. So in the pool, for example, I had some clones taking selfies of each other, some clones waving. I had a moment where they're all kind of posing toward the camera, like someone was taking a picture of everyone. Say, hey, look over here. Even in the kitchen, I had one clone kind of looking at the other one while one was like, you guys just kind of have poses. It's really cool if you have them interact, so kind of remember how one clone may be able to interact with another one. You can look at where that potential clone would be. So with your poses, be fun, be creative, be animated, and interact with the clones, not in the room, but hypothetically in the room. Alright, you guys, I'm finally shooting the kitchen. I was kind of trying to wait till it was nighttime so I could use some studio softbox lights to shoot this. So I'm gonna go ahead, go to the kitchen to set up. Last spot is my bathroom. I don't have as much room here, so we're gonna have less clones, probably like 3 here. We'll have one like getting ready, one like, yo, can you hurry up, one chilling on the side. What up, dog? Last thing, we're going to go into editing. This is probably a super important part. This is how we actually create the clones. So I'm going to use Photoshop to edit these photos and to bring all my clones together. So let me get my laptop and let's edit. I have my photos loaded onto my computer, so let's get it. I'm going to open Adobe Photoshop. Alright, so now I'm going to open an image in Photoshop. See if it opens right for me. Sometimes it doesn't open right. So we're going to open, fingers crossed, and I want to look for the folder with the photos. Can't really see this, but you know, let's just select that one. Please work, please work, please work. Photoshop does this weird thing where it crops my photos for me. It's micromanaging my life. Okay, so we're going to take our next photo that we want to use. Let's look at this clone here. Let's use the wave, the cute little wave. So this is what I was kind of saying when I said Photoshop was micromanaging me. Typically, when you add all these photos in, they should all be the same size, but for some reason, it's not adding them in the same size. So I personally have to turn down the opacity. So I guess if you're having this issue, this is a great way to take care of that. But I turn down the opacity so I can kind of see both images, and then I just make this image larger to fit this weird resize Photoshop decided to give me. And it doesn't have to be perfect, you guys. So once I have it in a decent area, sometimes I'll look for lines like these lines and try to line those up. Then I'll bring back the opacity, and this is what I wanted in the beginning. Alright, so now that we have that photo on top of this photo, we're going to do some elementary cutouts. You guys remember in kindergarten when you had to cut stuff out and glue it onto a piece of paper? Well, that was all preparing you for this moment right here, cloning yourself. Alright, so I'm using my lasso tool here. It might look like this for you. I'm using the polygonal lasso. You know what? I'm just gonna use a regular lasso. So I'm using the lasso tool. You might have to have you don't have to have too steady of a hand for this. I'm just gonna do my best cutout that I can with my touchpad. I don't have a mouse or anything. So we're just gonna do the best possible cutout. Make sure I'm not leaving anything out. And you want to end that cutout where you started. And then once you end where you started, just release your mouse and you should see these lines and you're good to go. So from there, you just want to click this little button at the bottom here, at the bottom of the layers panel. If you don't have the layers panel, make sure to select Windows and scroll down till you see layers. Make sure that's turned on. You're going to need that a lot in Photoshop. All right, so you'll click this little icon here and that will cut you out. Beautiful. Look at that. In 2 seconds, you've cloned yourself. All right, so you can kind of fix up this photo. It kind of does look a little cut out, so you can make sure you're selected not on the image, but on this cutout, this black and white little cutout icon, and you'll see this option in properties. Again, if you don't have properties, just go to window and open up properties. Then you can now feather the image. So if you feather it, just feather it until, you know, it feels like it blends pretty well. Not too much to where your body is like starting to fade away, because Thanos snapped his fingers. Okay, anyways, back to work. So we have that. Great, wonderful. We'll kind of fix the coloring a little bit in Lightroom after we get all the clones in here. So let me show you guys. Let's add another clone in here. Let's use beach ball clone. Okay, again, since Photoshop is not inserting my images the same size, I'm going to use my opacity to kind of match them as best possible. You guys, it doesn't have to be perfect if you're having this issue. I'm just going to press that check there, bring my opacity back up, and now I'm going to go back to my lasso tool and cut this baby out. Press that mask button. Oops, this is not making any sense. Right, so we want to move this layer on top here, below, so in between these two layers, so that it makes a little bit more sense, and this person, beach ball Cass, is behind snakeskin Cass. All right, so once again, I'm going to click on that black and white icon of what we just cut out so that I can see the feather option, and I'm just going to feather that a little bit, make it look a bit more realistic. All right, you guys, so now I'm going to add all the other clones, and then I'll show you how to edit in Lightroom to make it pop a little bit more, look a little bit more realistic. So as you see, I have all my clones here. So if you have any little issues that you want to fix, such as the fact that this beach ball is kind of fading away, then you can actually go into your brush tool, make sure this is black and white, make sure you have the icon selected of the cutout, and you can brush back in whatever detail you guys are missing. So just brush that baby back in, or even right here, this is kind of fading out, and this is just if you want to get really detailed. No one's really going to go in and look at the picture that close. And I'm actually going to erase because I got too much of her and she's blocking my beautiful swan. So like I said, you guys can go in, use the brush tool in order to bring anything back, use the eraser tool in order to take anything away. Just make sure you're selected on that layer. Once you guys have it good to go, ready to go, go ahead, file, export. I do a quick export as a PNG, export however you like. Now to Lightroom. So you guys, I use Lightroom to add the finishing touches to make the colors mesh a little bit more. So I have Lightroom open. On Lightroom, you're going to find the image that you guys just saved. So I have clone edit right here. Drag and drop into the library. I do have a detailed editing video coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell to be notified to be the first to know. Alright, so let's develop mode so that we can edit. I'm going to use my favorite SP05 filter from Nate, free filter. I will link it below. And then I'm just going to bump up the exposure, add a little bit more warmth. I want it to feel like summertime, even though we are far from summertime now. I'm going to open up the shadows as well. I definitely want more saturation. Lately I've been kind of bringing down the texture and the clarity of kind of like the dreamy look. I'm actually going to dehaze a little bit as well. Just a little bit. All right, we're going to skip this curvy tool and come down to here. I want that water to pop. I want those greens to pop, and I want my skin to pop. But I'm going to go into luminance right here because I'm going to take away some of the light from my skin, because although I want my skin to pop, I don't want it to be an Oompa Loompa. So I'm just going to, okay, let's bring down the saturation a little bit more. Cool. Like I said, I want the water to pop, but I want it to be more of a deep blue happening. And then again, I want the trees to pop, but I want a more deep dark green. So let me go into saturation. I'm going to bring the blues down a little bit because they're giving me a bit of a cartoony vibe. And now that I have all those popping, I think I can tone down the exposure a tiny bit. I'm going to bring down those highlights because it's just feeling a little bright. Let's bring up the blacks a bit. Alright, I'm satisfied. So I'm just going to file, export. Sometimes Lightroom takes 5 years to export a photo, sometimes they take 5 seconds. Guess it's up to them. Alright y'all, so that is our final result edit. Like I said, there's different ways that you guys can really go deep down into detail and perfect those clones for those people who are looking at your photo with the microscope. But it doesn't matter how you do it because you did it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs up to support my channel. Subscribe to be a part of the Work That Fam. Hashtag Work That Fam if you use this technique on your Instagram photos so I can check it out. And I am out.